These are the best highlights from all the semifinal matches of the day at the 2024 Esports World Cup.
Very tough to play to impact.
Yeah,
so what happened when Ben TP'd bot last time.
Yep, you can see a little bit of spare time for the Zeri, but now the engage comes through. Impact does have the counter-strike, has of course skilled that one. As Gumayusi able to come on over, does pick up the turret aggro. They need to try and get this kill. As Guma goes down low, there's the flashes. Zenith Blade doesn't work, Core comes in. That is still first blood going over to Gumayusi, but can he keep himself alive? As Core JJ's got heal, he doesn't have the ignite. Never mind, there's the general. And they even out the scoreline. And now Carrier, I don't know guys, I think he might be dead. He's kind of on the wrong side of the map and he's trying to run his way out.
Zeus has to back, does have teleport here. Carrier definitely going to go down. A huge win here for TL. Ultimately, great flash of the Q by Impact.
Quite figure it out. And yes, lane swaps are being nerfed. It's not the right way to play the game, but you can hide your bottom lane in this matchup and make things really lopsided, just like this as the buffer comes in from the Arcane Shift, but that means absolutely nothing. Core JJ able to get his way out as Carrier wants to try and get something started.
Look at this,
there
APA.
are so many minions here, it's absolutely ridiculous, and it's just another one for TL.
TPing top as well, not going to lose any of that top farm. Is going to be able to just leave. Will be able to TP back to lane, has a pretty big CS advantage himself. Yeah, once he catches this wave. So it's not all roses here for Team Liquid, but really great for the Zeri. And once that Cole finishes too, he's going to have so much gold as Umpty, maybe a bit alone.
Yeah, even the short fuse doing a fair bit of damage here to Owner, who does have mainly damage as the Mega Inferno Bomb comes in. The flash forward from the APA, but it doesn't matter. Faker just sweeps up Umpty, puts him into the death chamber, and now T1, they have full control of these grubs.
Yeah, really tough fight to take there, unfortunately, as Umpty. Yes, you have the Ziggs back up there, the Emperor's Divide in a choke point like that is going to be basically a guarantee. APA also using his flash means he's going to be more vulnerable once Faker gets that ultimate cooldown back. Carrier
in the fog of war.
Faker coming over to threaten that at the same time bottom there as, yeah, as you mentioned.
Ooh. Okay, will Impact move up further than he should, as they know Umpty is here as well, as there's the counter-strike. They start this one off. Nature's Grasp comes down. Glacial Prison comes in as well. Impact, the first one to be focused. The Permafrost comes in. Umpty not able to actually finish off the kill as APA. He turns up Mega Inferno Bomb, and that's going to be the kill for the Ziggs. Owner looking to run away. The short fuse. There's the satchel charge, and he closes the distance, and there goes the tree. Faker 1 versus 3, and even though these health bars are low, I don't know whether he's going to be able to take anything here if TL do decide to turn. And that is a great play from the North American representatives. Absolutely good at. It's utilizing these early spikes. They might be able to get something done. Unless Umpty has something to say about it as he moves towards the top side. There's going to be this special delivery. He's been tanking up this turret for such a long time. Grand entrance is what locks it down. And the TL flare pops up above Umpty as he walks his way out. It's another kill for the North Americans into this game to allow Yon to have a 20 CS advantage up against Gumayusi. APA going to get thrown underneath the turret here, but Umpty is there to protect him. Doesn't land the ulti though, and down goes the Ziggs. I don't think Umpty's going to die here, but Core JJ finds himself on the wrong side of the map. Battle Dance gets himself out as Umpty comes on over and gives him a target to head towards. So it is just APA falling down, but it's T1 finding a bit more tempo here on this map.
Yeah, I think APA getting a little bit of greed there because he knew Umpty was nearby, but Faker flashing the Arctic Assault there. They have enough damage. And that's going to be the Dragon here going over to T1. It wasn't in the mid lane where he got punished on the Ziggs to this Emperor's Divide, but in fact in the... And they're just making faster rotations right now. T1 need to make something happen here in mid lane or this Dragon may be lost.
Well, OPLoLReplay is going to come on through, but it's Umpty. He's able to tank that one up very comfortably. Mega Inferno Bomb is massive, and Owner just gets taken down. The Nature's Grasp finds absolutely nothing.
Yeah, just used defensively there, but gets nothing back. Owner is dead, and that should be Team Liquid pushing ahead in terms of Dragon control here. They had the control, they had Prio, but they weren't happy with that. They wanted to pick, and they get it.
Gumayusi looking for an opportunity here. It's Core JJ. He finds that the quickness was on, and Yon's going to take him down. Inner turret is going to be a prize as well, as Faker was on the inner turret, but Impact is there to get rid of him. Outer turret and Dragon and 2 kills here for Team Liquid. They are on a tear.
They are on a tear indeed. Massive lead in this game now. Second Dragon goes to them. They get 2 kills mid.
Top side of the map, the Azir is so incredibly powerful in these 5v5s if they do get to it, if they have the setup themselves to utilize Jace poke, the range advantage that Gumayusi's going to have. But it's just the chaos that Team Liquid have been reveling in that's been working out. That one didn't quite so much, but it doesn't matter. Guma is just dead, and Zeus has to flash to get out of the way of the Mega Inferno Bomb. I don't know what that ultimate was trying to do, but I'm so scared of Umpty right now that I trust that it was something that was very important to getting that kill.
I mean, on his time on Breon, Umpty was famous for great Sejuani games where he didn't hit any ultimates. He's hit a few of them this game. He's hit a few of them this game. The longer they spend time on the top side, they know Owner's here. He was spotted. APA is going to get some alone time with this turret. He's sitting on 2 items and an needlessly large rod. Corjay is threatening a dive.
Well, the teleport's going to come out, so Corjay not going to be able to utilize the quickness there, and he's just dead. Empress Divide going to pick him up. And the unkillable Demon King himself is wave kill clear, and the safety that APA can do it from, it's kind of insane.
Okay, Faker's used his dash here. This is a scary moment for T1 to try to close the gap here, get through this choke point against Rakan.
Ooh, this is dangerous. They're a little bit split. Still the 4 stack of T1. 4 versus 3 if T1 do decide to pull the trigger. As he towards the top side, Mega Inferno Bomb going to help out, and Impact just puts down Zeus here. He says, I'm the better member of that team. As, of course, it's been a very long time since he was one, but still, with the help of APA, they're able to create a big advantage in their favor. T1 not wanting to allow that to happen, and Solar Flare isn't able to interrupt the Hex Gate escape, and it'll be another Drake.
They just don't see it coming. So, thanks for the ultimate, thanks for the Dragon, thanks for the kill on the top side. I'm winning in 3 places on the map as Team Liquid, and you look at the way this plays out for T1 North over here. Keria, now down in ultimate, doesn't have flash here, but they are going to just try to rush it. Faker does so much damage to this Baron, but can they turn?
Yeah, full information now goes over to TL, and T1 are getting low. Mega Inferno Bomb connects onto 3! And that's with no setup as well, as the extended beam comes on down. Faker looks for Yoni, finds the flash, and gets the Zeri in the end, but Impact will be able to take down his ex-teammate. Gumayusi still trying to fire forward, and APA, he's basically an 80 carry himself, and he'll be able to take down the Ezreal. 3 members of T1 left standing. Zeus, the last big damage threat, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything. He's just going to be backing in this brush. APA is going to face check. Oh, the satchel charge is going to save the Ziggs with basically nothing. Yeah, there's those 2 thumbs up that we were expecting. And Zeus comes in, and he is going to be falling down. Leap strike from Impact going to get that one done. And TL, I think
they are in this game, but they're not going to be able to get out of the region. Meanwhile, over here,
yeah, a little bit more of a fight as the Nature's Grasp comes on down, but look at the AoE damage coming out of this Ziggs with 4 items. Extendo beam to finish off Owner, and even our observers were surprised by the damage that one did. Used to Maokai being a little bit more tanky than the damaged version that Owner is piloting this time around. And the Dragon's going to go down. That's Hextech Soul. Triple stack Hextech. Watch them play these ones out. It's a well-oiled machine that we're witnessing as they make the push towards these inhibitors now. There's another Glacial Prison. This one going to connect as Mega Inferno Bomb onto 3 once again. The quickness locks them down, and APA takes them out. It's a double kill, as immediately it's the tanks, it's the front line, and they are removed from this battle completely. The bouncing bombs impossible to avoid as they just keep raining down on top of T1. I say impossible to avoid. I mean, they can avoid them, but they're just not that well. And he has about a half a second cooldown on that ability at the same time. So the Sun Disc, it's going to be removed. 2 inhibitors down, waiting for some super minions to make their way in.
The Team Liquid,
I think they might just win it here.
I think they will. They've got this cannon minion here, Baron empowered. Still 25 seconds left here. Looking to back away. Yun very low on HP. Just let the Ziggs do his work, and they're going to bail out, back out of this one. So still hanging by a thread right with the Zeri Extendo Beam. It's just unreal. As Keria maybe trying to bait something? I don't know where he's going.
He's going on Walkabout Wolf, and he's going to get satcheled back into the entire enemy team, and he will buy some time before he inevitably falls. Yun's going to collect that kill as well. So another one.
Standing, if T1 get their back stopped here, APA can just end the game. So T1 have really crossed their T's, dotted their I's, as that's hopeful. Gumayusi with this true shot, as they're only going to leave 2 on Baron because Yun does so much damage while continuing to push these waves into the mid lane, stacking up super minions there, so there is just absolutely no way T1 can come to Elder. It's essentially League of Legends checkmate here.
T1, I think the fight that has to happen on the Elder or on their Nexus. And they have elected for the Elder. I'll start that one up as it spawns. They have positional advantage, banana brush control, but Umpty just walks on in. Does not mind about this one whatsoever. They're all inside the pit. It is an absolute Thunderdome, but the Elder is taken by T1. Is this an opportunity? Impact says absolutely not, as they're getting torn to shreds. Carrier sliced down by the Zeri. And Team Liquid, they'll wipe T1 off the map, and they'll be taking game 1 right now.
Not a chance in this game, start to finish. T1 don't get to play their proactive playstyle. They don't get to play the Leona into the Recon bottom 2v2. It was TL pulling the strings, the puppeteers of game 1, start to finish. A beautiful game. Yeah, and the range is a big problem. The engage range with the Sejuani too, so Brand feels a lot safer and a lot more consistent damage.
Yeah, there are 4 people heading towards Impact here who's going to have to vacate. I don't know whether he's going to be able to hit level 2 before he just straight up dies. His owner comes on over. He'll start off the Gromp here first, but now it's T1. 3-man strong here, looking to take plates, and they'll take them quickly at the same time. You can see the back starting to come through from Yun and Core JJ as they have pushed that wave in. That is entirely going to go, but the plate money really pushes this in favor of T1, and this was the change that happened. Is Impact taking a bit of damage here from Owner right now? Permafrost comes down. Impact down to about 300 health. But this is why it's so tough to lane swap, right? Zeus going to teleport up towards his top side after everyone's left. He'll be able to get a fair bit of experience here as well. And these plates going down, so much more money into the coffers of T1. You can see that's reflected in the gold.
You can see Impact also, you know, he has teleport, doesn't need to use it, but he is going to be significantly
just relentlessly throwing burst fires towards the Cassante. And Umpty comes on over, is able to clear out this Gromp camp, Krug camp pretty quickly, but doesn't see that Owner's moving on in. His top lane in a whole host of trouble. There's first blood going over to Zeus as the turret is going to be tanked here by Owner. Umpty wants to get a little bit of extra damage, but he doesn't have the spells, and it's a double kill for Zeus. They get 1 back as a consolation prize, but Wolf, are we signing the papers? What's happening?
I mean, I'm almost ready to at this point as Faker.
Yeah, Faker and APA just always fighting here in the mid lane. Down to half health, as is correct.
They're looking for a potential opportunity to collapse in. He does have flash. The wave is going to crash here, but the timing... Ooh, I was going to say the timing pretty good for Faker to get out of here, but he doesn't have TP, so he's going to stick around. He may be in trouble now.
Yep, Core JJ making his way over. There's the flash shield of Daybreak, but Faker's going to buffer the Buster shot so beautifully, and Owner is here as well. Core JJ could be in trouble. No flash up and available, and he has a blast cone. We'll see whether that's going to be enough, but nope. That is going to be concussive blows coming through. Carrier even has the door to make sure they don't take damage from that true shot barrage. And Impact, possibly also collateral damage from this one. The extender beam comes in. The all-out is going to pull Owner over, and maybe Impact now has an avenue for escape, and he does. He'll be able to utilize the...
They're looking for a potential opportunity to collapse in. He does have flash. The wave is going to crash here, but the timing... Ooh, I was going to say the timing pretty good for Faker to get out of here, but he doesn't have TP, so he's going to stick around. He may be in trouble now.
Yep, Core JJ making his way over. There's the flash shield of Daybreak, but Faker's going to buffer the Buster shot so beautifully, and Owner is here as well. Core JJ could be in trouble. No flash up and available, and he has a blast cone. We'll see whether that's going to be enough, but nope. That is going to be concussive blows coming through. Carrier even has the door to make sure they don't take damage from that true shot barrage. And Impact, possibly also collateral damage from this one. The extender beam comes in. The all-out is going to pull Owner over, and maybe Impact now has an avenue for escape, and he does. He'll be able to utilize them
to get this first dragon here, bottom side uncontested because of the really proactive play bottom side there by TL. I will say, you know, compared to the LCK, I think T1 and Gen.G are definitely our most proactive early game teams that will make these rotations happen. We'll look for aggressive. Looking like Grubs 2, T1 here. Might be able to get the full 6
already.
Umpty nearby.
I think TL needs to try and get at least one of these, but nope. That is going to be 5 taken here as Owner moves his way out. They'll accept a 5-for-1 trade as far as those Grubs are concerned. It's now Yun fighting against Gumayusi here towards the bottom side. Guma looks to be absolutely fine with that situation, especially with Carrier just off to the side. Jan needs to be so careful. Owner here towards the top side as well. Everyone on TL is in so much trouble. That was a decent dodge there as Jan not going to walk in to the Glacial Fissure. True Shot Barrage looking to be traded as APA moves towards the bottom side. Jan is so low, and APA, he's just going to explode. Faker's in there, Carry's in there, and there is Core JJ trying to Hex Flash his way to safety. I don't think even the Eclipse can save him from this one, though, as Gumayusi almost dies to minions, but he's able to move himself out of the way, and Core JJ will, in fact, be all right.
Yeah, a bit of a miscalculation here for TL. Core JJ staying mid there. Mid-game, Faker is going to be a menace in this second game.
He already is, absolutely, and I feel like T1 have taken game number one personally here as Jan going to get pushed away. Zeus comes in, and Jan's like, I thought their AD carry was a Caitlyn. He's not. Oh, well, he is, but it's also a Zeri coming from the top side of the map, and Core JJ once again finds himself underneath the turret with kind of nowhere to go. Winter's Bite is going to miss.
More kills, more plates.
Waiting for the minions, and I think this Leona is just going to go down. Solar Flare is a lot of extra value, and Zeus, he will die. 600 gold goes over to a Leona, but they'll lose their outer turret on this bottom side.
It's almost arguable that this is a big win for Zeus as well. No one else going to be able to get that shutdown gold going to the Leona. Still relatively valuable gold. Of course, they get something back for it, but that's another turret, another plate. And T1 in full control right now. You can see Impact is pushing topside, is Shadow, but Yun's in trouble.
Dear. Yun is just going to get prisoned and destroyed. Able to give a good old thumbs up. TL looking to try and counteract the play. Let's see whether Impact can find anything. The all-out does go down onto Ona, as the ultimate from Carrier is pretty good there as well to keep them at bay. Impact is getting lower and lower as Gumayusi is firing shot after shot into the back of this Cassante. APA moving over, though. Let's see whether this Corgi is going to be enough to be the difference maker, and the answer is probably not. Yeah, T1 just walk it off.
And T1, they know too. I mean, this is a bit of a, it's a tough call to make for Impact, because if he stays topside, all it is, because it's going to take a big comeback in this one for TL if they're going to bring us to the 2-0 win to upset completion. It's Infernal, so at least, extremely valuable soul they've got a 2-dragon lead on, but I don't know if this is going to be the last dragon they take in this game or not. I'm kind of leaning that way, because there's just no map control whatsoever. Another turret.
Large amount of damage that he does have available. Ono looking for impact, and we'll be able to find the Winter's Wrath. Jan moving up as well, and the Brand is still lurking. Now going to be following these minions forward. Can this flank angle actually work out, as Jan has to get himself out of the way? Teleport to come in from APA as well, as Zeus going to get slowed down, and he will pop like a balloon. And that could... talking about there, Wolf, because that could have been a much larger shutdown if it hadn't already gone over to Core.
True, but it's still a big kill here onto this area.
Oh, okay, Faker. He's going to dive into 3 people. Not sure about that one. He flashes away immediately. Maybe just didn't quite know where everyone was, because there's a Rift Herald destroying the inner turret in mid lane, and TL seem unconcerned about that particular eventuation. It's going to be Umpty going down, though, and T1 are winning on this side as well. Core JJ takes down Ona, but T1 are still on the offensive. TL get towards the inner turret. Not going to be any more death.
Rather, top laner is pushing bottom lane. They have to push in mid. Guma can crush that turret so quickly, so buying time, keeping TL locked in to the top lane. They get mid turret. They're going to get this bottom inner.
Yeah, trying to protect the minions here as they look to try and take down the turret. They will be able to do so as APA has to flash away Impact. Looking to make his way in, though. Core is there as well. And Zeus, it turns into a 1v2. He flashes forward. APA will go down, but it'll be a trade as the Zenith Blade max range will help lock down Gumayusi. TL, they ain't going down without a fight, but it's still not looking too great for the North American squad, down 9,000 gold.
Yeah, there's just no by Guma and pushed back, and this is the problem here for TL, is if the shutdowns were on the right champions, if the kills went over, maybe you could see a world.
Impact might be able to find an opportunity here as the Glacial Fissure comes down. Doesn't really do too much there as it's eaten by Impact. And now Core JJ taking a lot of damage. Faker could be in trouble, though. The big one, just barely, is going to miss as Carrier. He'll have the door back, and he'll be able to protect the go to the mid lane. In the meantime, Owner's looking to 1v1 Jan, who does have the cleanse available for the Glacial Prison. But the fact that Owner can kind of walk in front of 3 people and not care while an inhibitor is being taken on the bottom side of the map just shows how far T1 are in the lead.
Yeah, and we talk about Zeri's ability to kill turrets sometimes when you end up getting a kill in the mid lane and it's like, okay, AD carry is going to maybe get some extra plate gold if it's that early going mid, or okay, maybe going to grab an early turret because you can hurt turrets really well. And the side lane, as a top laner, can do a lot. Now, this is a Hail Mary call here. They have control vision on this Baron. They've swept it. I don't know damage though, and Keria spots this out. Faker nearby, they're in trouble.
Yeah, now CoreJJ actually going to get tagged by the Winters Bite. The Ignite comes in, and Faker, he does have the rocket jump. He kind of learned from what happened last time around, though. Doesn't want to dive in on top of 3 people. And T1, they do exactly what they want, right? They get them off the Baron, stop.
Vision clear, and start it up again.
Yep,
look at the Galen traps now.
Yeah, all of the traps just going to be lining the choke as teleport actually going to be invested here from Zeus. So T1, they want to lock down this Baron now. Looks like TL should be able to get themselves in here though, so at least it could be an opportunity. Flash available for Umpty to get into the pit. Let's see whether the General can be the hero. He flashes through, but he's unable to lock it down, and now T1 are going to get their team fight. Already the brand is being taken out. CoreJJ so low, but there's the all out from Impact, and Yon over to the side. Zeus, the last man standing really here as far as the damage is concerned. That was a flare. There's now Impact trying to be valuable, looking for these Qs as Keria standing stalwart in that front line. T1 just going to get these waves in order though. The one last Baron circling around Zeus here will be able to conga line all of these minions with full power towards the inhibitor in the mid lane.
Just going to run circles around TL here, not take the straight up 5v5 fight. They don't want to deal with Impact as a frontliner.
This is somewhat dangerous, though. You can see Impact is rotating over, and there is a Zenith blade to connect this one. Pillar of Flame not really landing, and that is a True Shot Barrage straight into a door. And Faker wanting to take down this inhibitor. Oh my goodness, okay, Zeus, I'm not sure about that one, but he takes down the brand, and there goes another one as well. They get the shutdown, but is it going to be worth it as Impact is a brick wall, and he's going to be able to take another one. Yon chasing after Faker. He is rocket jumping and blast coning, and will be able to get himself out, but again, it's TL winning the fight.
Yeah, let's see if Yun can catch Faker here. It looks like he's not going to take the chance. Doesn't have flash.
Stand their ground for the moment. Zeus pokes his head out as now Faker thinks he's found Yun, but he does have the arcane shift to get himself out of the way. And now Zeus, we're going to chase after Impact. Umpty going to be the one corner though, and Zeus takes him out. Oh, the brand is a big part of the damage profile here for TL, and now CoreJJ, the next one that's going to be taken out. They're falling like dominoes, just one after the other. And right as I was talking about it, the window's back in here for TL. T1 are going to kind of slam the door shut on their fingers as this inhibitor turret is going to fall down. The second inhibitor going to go as well. And T1, they might have been thinking about it as well. They're like, well, let's just not let them build those cool armor items. Let's just end the game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to end here unless they get another pick. Umpty coming up in 12 seconds, CoreJJ up in 10. They should be able to grab that final inhibitor, so that in itself is practically as good as the final nail in the coffin here for TL, but they still have one
time as the Baron getting taken down so incredibly quickly. There's a lot of 80 carries in this game, and they do a lot of DPS. There's Umpty looking to move in once again. He does have flash one more time as well, and T1, yeah, they know that this is not the fight they really want to take, and they don't have to, because there are super minions that will win the game.
The minions are doing their job, and this is putting TL between, as we like to say in the Elsa game, between a rock and a hard place. You're going to either have to defend your base, but you got to stop this Baron. You can't do both.
Yep. And it's a very precious rock and a purple place in this game, Wolf. That's where they find themselves. And T1, they kind of want to win a fight. Is Keria going to go down first? There is the passive being procced, but look at this. I mean, Zeus is just in there. Impact goes all out, but he will be dead. Or out of there. Yeah, there he goes. Explodes in a fiery explosion of cinders. That is going to be the second Nexus of the series going down, but it's one apiece after game number 2.
And you know what? We got to see TL play their game.
But you can't have everything. I mean, still, this is absolutely terrifying and should have a lot of control on that bottom side if it is going to be standard lane.
Well, I want to talk a little bit. Okay, we're going to maybe have something occur here. Impact is very good at wave clear. That's one of the good reasons to pick the Deer in this situation, because his wave clear in a lane swap is pretty fantastic. As meanwhile up here, Zeus in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, Umpty's already rotated up. There's the Bramble Smash as he flashes away, and that is first blood clean dive from TL.
Huge win for them. They should be able to grab some plate gold here as Zeus is going to teleport back to the lane, but not in time. And they may just go for it again.
Yeah, round 2. That's going to be CoreJJ taking out the turret this time. And Zeus straight out of the death chamber and straight back in. And the juggle is beautiful.
Thanks for plus 300. And I'm almost ready to certify this one as well. Plate going to go down here a little bit awkwardly timed, unfortunately, for those recalls.
The double 80 carry that we know provides so much pressure, especially piloted by these players. As CoreJJ, unfortunately, going to find out that there's a whole bunch of bad guys there. Yon having to dash without being able to go through a wall, and there is a cleanse, but it doesn't quite work out. Phenomenal spell shield here from Gumayusi as they're looking for even more as T1 answer back on the bottom side, and Yon gonna miss out on this full wave.
Yeah, I was going to mention right before this that, Yun was significantly...
It's not even relevant yet. As the grubs go down, that is going to be Umpty securing all 3 of them as APA dives in on top of Faker. Seismic shove going to remove him, but still the trade is going to be okay for the Tristana. But with that big rock landing, never mind. It's actually just colossally not great. Still, only going to be able to secure the first dragon of the game. That's going to go over to T1. And TL still retaining a slight advantage as far as gold is concerned. And I think they're going to be pretty happy with how this one's brush ward that T1 does have. The control that they can pick up there as Umpty sees that ward going over. We'll be able to get it down there as okay. There's a grand entrance. Only going to be the target as cease and desist comes in, but I don't think they're listening to him. Yon's going to take him out. The grub's getting involved as Gumayusi. He does have on the hunt running, but APA's diving in. He finds the buster shot, sends the Siva packing, and that's a double kill for the Zeri. TL back on top.
TL back on top. Great ultimate there from Umpty, and also the setup from CoreJJ forces the flash out of Carrier, and T1 are not first on the play. I think this looks very...
Doing this, TL kind of getting the better of every situation right now. As Extendo Beam comes in, Gumayusi not getting a lot of value out of the spell shield, and CoreJJ lying in wait.
T1 just got to give this up.
Yeah. Ona moving up now, but it's going to be a little bit too late. I guess Faker can skate on over, and there is a dragony arrow flying past. Shoutouts to Beryl there, whose skin is going to be employed for this one. Faker wants to try and protect this, but the minion wave has made it to the turret. Seismic shove is decent, as APA is going to get pushed away. And now Ona, he's going to move on up. So he gets into the brush. Let's see what APA can actually get done here. As there's the buster shot. Cease and desist comes down. Faker still going to throw out some rocks here, and APA just being a bit frustrating, buying some time. Once the minion wave is getting very much at the top of the table when it comes to that. So in a straight up 5v5, these 80 carries feeling pretty happy, sitting on their core items for the moment. And this turret, maybe not long for the world, as APA, he's just going to teleport in to try and help take down Zeus. He was tanking up the turret, but Zeus is very, very dead, guys. That is a 0-3 Cassante, and the turret falls as well. And this is another way to create a lot of control of the bottom side of the map prior to a dragon.
It's just so surgical, the macro from TL. They find a weak point, they abuse it.
The sidestep's good too as Ona moves on in. Impact gonna almost avoids the seismic shove. Cease and desist with the help of the turret. He's going to come through, and he is not that tanky. Ona in the same position though as the explosive charge goes off. Another seismic shove from Faker, but it's a 1-for-1 in the end.
Trade 1-for-1, get Zeus, get a bottom outer, and now they're gonna get the second dragon of the game. Cross map here, Impact, let's see if he can clear this wave.
Yeah, and he's very tanky. It's not going to be the Leandri's build, as the arrow is going to connect here onto the Udyr as well, with a turret to fend off at the same time, even though that stun from the arrow lasted about 400 years. Impact is still able to just soak it up, unless... Okay, Weaver's Wall comes through. Impact is very fast. Cease and desist comes in. There's the flick. And there goes the Udyr. They had to invest a fair bit.
They're losing a lot.
Yeah, in a turret in trade for an Udyr, I guess you'll take that. As Zeus is also going to go down. The Unstoppable does come in. Umpty, he's going to be CC'd up, but he's so tanky. It does not matter. And it was even APA tanking the turret. Are they going to take even more?
I think so.
Comes on over. He can't defend it.
This blue side first pick Tristana is getting mad value in this game, Atlas. Mid turret's down as well.
Towards his top side, Ona on a decent flank angle. APA might get caught out. Let's see. Oh, actually still in that fog of war. It's Umpty that's going to go for the face check. And he can. because he is a big tanky tree. He's flashing. There are 4 members of T1 up here, Umpty. I don't know whether this is really what you wanted. He'll be taken down. Gumayusi grabs that kill, and now the teleport's in from Zeus at the same time. They want even more off the back end of this one. Still, APA does massive amounts of damage. The all-out comes in, and the ulti's there from Yun as well. Let's see whether they can actually answer as the extender beam splits up the fight. Great flash from APA as Ona tries to get that Vault Breaker through. He doesn't have cease and desist, but here's the Weaver's Wall. It's split off the fight completely, and APA, he'd have to invest the rocket jump if he wants to get on over. Both of the tanky members from TL were eviscerated, and now T1 have so much momentum.
Oh man, you could take Umpty out of Bro, but you can't take the Bro out of Umpty. T1's ultimate as well. They don't have a lot of vision though. Faker's gonna TP in.
Yeah, they do get the teleport, so TL already a bit up in this particular situation. Are they going to flip it though is the question. A cease and desist, and he manages to take the Baron and flashes out and says thanks for the leash.
Yeah, this was a really rough call here for TL with no real vision. Nearing death cap as well. He's about to be huge in this game, damage-wise. Has otherwise been pretty quiet this game. Has made some big plays when we go to the team fights, but hasn't actually been able to do all too much. Might make a play now.
Impact almost able to get to the other side of the wall, and then realizes that there are a whole lot of bad guys moving down towards the bottom lane.
But top side.
Yeah, it is going to be an inner turret in trade, and I don't think APA is going to waste very much time taking this one down. Zeus also maybe caught out of position, but no. Very hard to chain CC a Cassante.
This feels time to get over to this one that's full health, so there's just not going to be a turret in exchange here for T1, so once again, that weak side Udyr
now we're going to have very even team fights moving further forward.
Baker does have his Weaver's Wall here, so TL need to be super respectful. This is still a Vi composition.
Yeah, Umpty could once again be in trouble. Seismic Shove almost pushes him back over the wall, and there's no response because the wall cuts off the rest of TL. Umpty, we've seen this before, but and the Zeri is so much DPS in these fights. They need to get themselves together as the Weaver's Wall comes on down. There's a huge pushback from Zeus, who's in amongst 4 people right now. Gumayusi, the only one there to back him up, and they want to take him down, but they're not going to be able to do so. Cease and desist comes in on top of Court JJ, and then it's Ona that's out once again. APA torn apart at T1. That was absolutely gorgeous. The flash forward from Faker to finish the job, and it's just Impact that's left alive. I think T1 are kind of done with this game.
I think they're done with it. They want to push down this inhibitor and end the game. So close to escaping was APA there, almost over the wall. Owner with a heroic plays there in those final moments. Impact, last man standing, picks up a Zonia's here. Let's see what he can do.
Well, he does go golden, but that's not going to apply to his turrets, unfortunately, so they will be taken down. Core JJ is going to respawn. It's not going to be his day, though. T1 will move to the finals here at EWC, and they will keep their key alive. Unfortunately for TL, they're going to have to watch theirs bend.
T1 coming back in this final game. Never
early on in the game to get Caps and Hansama to the points that they need to be at. Ultimately, though, I gotta say, I like the top esports draft quite a bit in Yike, but the question is, what is Yike going to do as the Zyra does step on as the flame goes out?
Yeah, the door will be held here as Arud could get some big value as the cleanse has to come out and Hansama has to flash as well. Jaculov nearly going down himself, but really trying to exert 10 out of 10 pressure down here in the bottom lane.
Lots of pressure coming out, lots of summoner spells invested as well, and Yike just farming up, maintains equality. They should have a very good idea that Yike is in the air, which is why Tian is playing so cautiously at the moment, but with these low health bars, you know a dive is coming.
Yeah, the dive will be coming. The flash does come in. That's a nice spell shield. Mako could be in a bit of trouble. First blood does go over to Hansama as it does get traded back here over to Tien. But still, so many low health. Weak compared to the Ezreal, so it's just kind of a roaming 3-man squad down here. And here comes Cream trying to get in onto Caps as the auto comes in the hop over the wall. Cream, why did you give him Tristana again? I have no idea.
It's so clean, ultimately. Top esports with all last part of the explosive shot is so easy, and we see another game.
Guess who's back again and again and again? He's here. The ult is going to hit them both. Hansama, there's nowhere to go. And yes, Mako, he dies. But you think top esports care about that? not? The answer is no. They get 2 kills, and they get this Ezreal.
Moving down can go for the dragon, but can also just go for a Hansama. And as soon as you see a Hansama back away, well, the answer becomes very easy. Just pick up this dragon, make sure you get a trade on the map. And like you said, this Infernal Dragon is going to benefit so many of the members here of Top Esports. Every single one of them loving the extra adaptive force that you get.
Yeah, it's going to feel great for them. I mean, you feel a little bit bad that Tristana isn't getting Void Grubs. She is one of those champs that really does love them. But at the end of the day, you know, maybe you can pick up a... And actually takes a ton of damage. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we haven't seen much of this, but in the 1v1, 369 looking for it as he does go unstoppable. As the Glacial Prison does come out, but not able to get the kill. Broken Blade does have TP, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal up there.
In the mid lane, though, it doesn't look like we're quite done with the action.
Oh, that Q is going to hit him, and now the rocket hits him as well as a couple of ranged minions. That's going to kill Cream, as maybe a little bit overconfident in that trade.
We saw earlier that both Tian and Kareem used their ultimates at the same time to try and get Yike out of the fight, and losing the Buster Shot there ends up really biting Kareem. The flash has to be expended, and now G2, despite the fact that the bottom side of the map has been going so rough, are actually going to be building up even more of these neutral objectives. They got 3 of the grubs, the other 3 never got picked up, and that means that this Rift Herald going over to G2 as well will allow them to recover some of the gold
in the top jungle. So there should be a couple of Drakes already going the way of Top Esports. Not a big surprise with the way that the early game has gone.
Alive Mom said it's my turn to go towards the top lane. I would not be surprised to see Kareem head up there soon.
It's going to force the TP out already as 369's like, yeah, I don't really care about that. He's just looking to take down Caps. That's nice flash from Caps, though, and 369 might be punished here as that's a lot of damage. Yes, the Q3 hits Caps.
The bot lane.
And, you know, yeah, as you mentioned, the TP is forced, but that means that Cream gets a free inner turret.
And this inner turret is worth so much more gold than the outer turret, and Cream on this Tristana, even with no Void Grubs, will get so much in the mid lane as well. Not going to be finding any actual fighting there, but they are going to be getting multiple structures, and even if you get this one, it's not going on to the same kind of valuable person that Cream is.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw something like this happen actually in the TLT1 game number 3, I believe, where Teal were able to get a very nice macro lead here in the mid game with a very similar play. Like what we saw at Top Esports here. But yeah, the teleport is going to come out, and all of a sudden, they might be able to get a bit more off of this as, yeah, he just tries to crescent guard his way out of this one, but Yike will be taken down. Even a thumbs up as well, as the Rift Herald is still pushing and will eventually go down. So not only do they get the outer mid.
G2 get baited later. Uh-oh.
Yeah, 369 in a lot of trouble here as once again he's getting very over-aggressive. He's going to pull the Braum over, though, and maybe he gets out from here. The flash as well, as Mickey X does not want to allow this one. And yeah, I think 369 will eventually go down, right? Cassante is crazy sometimes.
Yep.
He doesn't need Void Grubs, just hit the turret.
Yeah, another inner turret. It's 2 kills, but this time it's divided between 369 and Cream. Still 2 great players to give it towards, and so much pressure coming out in the middle of the map at the same time. We're going to be seeing another turret take a lot of damage as 369 threatens to dive. So
the turrets are just falling for free here. I mean, 369 just exerting his presence behind the turret, and that means that G2 have to back away, especially because Caps is in the bottom lane.
Esports needs to actually go for this Baron. Yike will have to back away, and even with the Hextech portals, look at how quickly this goes down. G2 walking directly into the trap, and they don't have another option.
Yeah, I mean, they have to try to fight for this one, but now we got 369 in the back line. He's going to set it up, and we have the Baron going the way of Top Esports. Is 369 just going to disappear somehow. Didn't see how that damage went into him. He was just way too deep. As now Top Esports, they want to get this objective and back away. 10 also going to flash out of this one, and it gets a bit messy. Yike's looking for a bit more. As when comes lightning, he is going to get in onto the Zyra, and he will be shut down. But still, the Baron and 3 members left remaining here for Top. Half-arted ult to be thrown in. And, well, not able to get much going there is G2, but they really want to get a fight here before this Drake starts. Look at Cream. He's just in the top side. His Broken Blade also going to miss his ult, and now they're losing an inhibitor turret.
That is brutal, and they're not even done. Top Esports just doing whatever they can to make sure that G2 are still here. Cream still wailing away on the inhibitor. Caps will get there to try and do something, but I think Cream wins that 1v1.
It's just insane. How many turrets Cream has taken down by himself? As now we have the TP coming in. The rocket jump to try to get away as Cream is totally fine. He hops away again.
No.
And here we got a Cassante in the backline, and that is never a good sign for the enemy team as Cream is being isolated by G2. They finally take down that pesky Yordle that is Tristana. But I have a feeling they're not going to be taking out this game as, oh God, that was a huge one. And now we got 369 just chasing him down. Not much of a Sama to get out of this one. He's got a blast cone and a dream. Oh, wow. That is just so troll. And he is going to get away for now, as 369 is still chasing him. But yeah, Baron buff is also going to expire. Top Esports having a bit of fun as they're taking down a lot of objectives still in this one. As finally, no, okay, never mind.
Wow.
Just kidding.
He actually got out of that. I mean, congrats to Hansama on living. He does have 2.5 items to his name, but while all that chasing was happening, Jackie Love was also taking the mid lane inhibitor turret, getting even more pressure there. And so Top Esports will reward themselves after all is said and done with the Hextech Soul Yike on the right side of the map, but nowhere near close enough, and that is going to be and the Sivir, so they can stall things out rather effectively as long as Top Esports does not have the Baron, and we are seeing a little bit of that every time Hansama steps up to the wave. Does take a chunk out of Jackie Love, and this wave, all
right, they're gonna try to get down on a Mako, and they do a great job of that. Nicely done by G2. Meanwhile, Cream is just in mid, and he's gonna get another free objective here, another free building as down goes Yike. Almost just frustrated, throwing himself. It's going to be pretty huge by the end of this one. It is a trade 1-for-1, but it's only the support of Top Esports that goes down, and Top Esports will not stop there. They have this massive Ezreal who is just chunking people down as finally Cream decides, okay, I'm going to try to kill some enemy champions. Might as well, as he is going to Guma Stomp on everyone on the side of G2. And this game number 1 is over very heavily in favor of Top Esports as they take down the Nexus.
This was one of the most clinical games of League of Legends we have seen at the Esports World Cup, and Top Esports were in control of that game from beginning to end. The trial.
Find targets and actually get engages going in a 5v5 team fight. Yes, they still have great pick potential on the top side of the map due to G2, but
very good at getting to them in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the threat that LeBlanc has to push lanes and get out scot-free just allows you that extra leash to push, and that it just gets taken down here without much contest from the side of G2. Although, as I say that, I mean, Caps is dashing on over, wants to get at least some vision in the river and maybe poke their head in and see what they can see. As the ward goes in, the smite is there, and Top Esports get the Dragon without much of a contest. Although Mickey X is trying to aggressively posture here, and he will be able to hop away.
Just able to get out of everything. I am expecting to see, whoa, not that.
Yeah, the leash right at the end of it. Cream is going aggressively in, and Caps just on the run here, but gets knocked up as the clone is going to be chased in the river. And meanwhile, down on the bottom side, here's Tan once again, and he's got Nature's Grasp. That will be the first blood given over to the Maokai. At 9 minutes, it comes a little bit late, but Top Esports get the job done.
Finally does come. Here comes the cross map.
Yeah, Yike has not used his ult yet, and that is the dash out of 369, and here it is, the flash away, slicing Maelstrom immediately as Yike is under the turret. He's in a lot of trouble, and down he will go. 369 in the 1v2 will win it, but here is Caps in the top lane, and immediately he trades it back. So G2, well, it's a little shaky there at first.
Big for his britches, doesn't realize that there's a LeBlanc around the corner.
Oh boy, meanwhile, looks like Broken Blade has overstayed his welcome. Mako looking to punish this one as he's in the alcove, and he can run around in there, but 1Q will get the job done. Even Solar Flare as well, as somehow he gets a equalizer off, actually, to push the lane back, so not half bad there.
Does not have the ultimate available just quite yet, but they could potentially still look for a dive on the bottom side as Mako leaves some pressure mid.
Yeah, Caps just have the Mimic Distortion. That's going to get this TP, though, out of the side of G2, as it is Broken Blade. Does not have the Equalizer, and not quite enough damage to get on top of him. Mako will respond with a Respect Flash to come out, but now Broken Blade. Awkward spot, but here comes Darrell. The engage on a 2. The Magnet Storm is huge, as everybody on the side of G2 is here, and they do collapse and get 2 kills in the mid lane.
A great counter game coming through from G2 to find multiple kills. Gives them over right here to Broken Blade. A much needed money going over towards the top laner at the same time. And
wow,
Sama is able to just step so far forward here because they have enough vision control on the bottom side of the map, and 369 has no idea where so many of the members of G2 are that he has no opportunity to even try to contest the bottom lane structure. So it will be the first break going over to G2, but it's very quickly matched, but still a little bit of extra goal as Tiana has to run.
Yeah, he has to get away from this one as a Q could come down from Mickey X, and Tien just has to go back in. He knows he's going down here without much recourse, although here comes Cream. He's going to line up two, and now the re-engage from the side of Top Esports. A lot of low health bars, but they can't quite get a kill. Finally, Jackie Love will get one, but he has to flash away. Mickey X, the second to eventually fall as they're diving Jackie Love in the top lane, and they will take him down. But Cream is such a huge menace on this Yone. And that is going to be the route here. Unbound Soul comes in, and Broken Blade will give the double kill over to Cream. Top Esports.
Pressure here, push 369 away from this side of the map.
Hansama's just on a ward. He has no idea as he's getting flashed on by a Maokai, but it might actually bite them back as no, Hansama will be stunned down, and Tien is totally fine as in goes Jackie Love, and he will be gifted a double kill himself. So Top Esports.
Top Esports, it feels as though their composition is a little bit easier to play in some ways. You have the Ken and you have the Yone, who can both create a lot of pressure in the side lanes, and they don't ever have to give battle to G2, and they can just fight him anyway.
Caps just isolated, has nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down, and the two carries right now are Cream and Jackie Love, and the two of them come together to just absolutely assassinate the LeBlanc. As Caps, he thought he was safe. I was talking about the, mobility of this pick.
On anyone else in the game. In fact, his lane opponent, Hansama, the closest player in the entire game, but as the Rift Herald does crash, with about 2 minutes left on the Hextech Dragon, we're going to have to look at how Top Esports can continue to build up some of these small advantages. Esports will be able to take control of the mid lane first.
Yeah, the mid-prio definitely going to be very important. They're just going to flash onto the LeBlanc. Not sure about that one, but honestly, it's still working. As the Nature's Grasp, he puts himself in such an excellent position. As now the slicing maelstrom onto everybody. It finds all of the front line of G2. They all get decimated, and it's a triple kill for Jackie Love.
369 doing so much work in creating space, but Jackie Love, the big recipient of all of those kills coming through. A massive gold lead and a massive actually coming through for Top Esports. They're going to get this mid lane turret. They should be able to get the bot lane turret. They're going to be getting this Hextech Dragon as well. Every single one of these advantages just stacking itself up right after each other for Top Esports. And Valdez, it might be a little too early to call this one, but it's starting to feel very demoralizing for the G2 fans. That looked like it could have been a fight where Top Esports was overextending and
comes out, and when it gets fed, you can see the power of this pick. In this position specifically, especially once you begin to build some AP and you can just poke people down, as now looks like Caps is caught once again, but they're trying to get on top of Jackie Love, and they will. It's a shutdown over the bars, but no, they're so out of position, and everybody on the side of G2 is once again going to be caught up here. They sacrifice Jackie Love, but they take 3 people with them.
And Yike is too low. He's not going to be able to do anything about this Baron as it does go down. Jackie Love has to just pull out the water. He knows, like, yeah, that was fine. The rest of my team does have this after all, and 369 another massive ult in another team fight. Caps will try to do something, but he has nothing to say.
Yeah, Caps, he's desperate to just try to do whatever he can, as now Yike is going to get into the backside of this pit, but Top Esports, they're not going to take any risks with this one. They're going to stop hitting the Baron. They immediately turn onto the Vi, and Yike doesn't really have an angle to get one. It is pretty low, and he nearly does get in there, but it's not quite going to happen. As now Mako, you see Mickey X, he's like, maybe I can get in on the action. Well, the answer is no. Well, I suppose he does get in on the action, but he'll just immediately die, as the kill will go over to Jackie Love and Top Esports.
So many resources spent on trying to take on Jackie Love. You had nothing left for the rest of the team, and now we'll see how many structures they can get. The ultimate's already out.
Yeah, they're just pushing forward. The Nature's Grasp going to create so much room as Caps is just flying all over the map, and now Cream is going to get in there as well. The damage to Equalizer is actually very nice, but do they have the follow-up? It looks like the answer is absolutely no, as Cream just waltzing into 4 people. He even gets away alive. Not sure why he was walking that way, but it's fine. He survives.
Cannon in it, and at the same time, Top Esports is going to be cleaning up the Dragon. They're going to be starting it, and Yike not even able to get to the Dragon.
He just can't get in, and Mako's just the security guard right in the front. Hansama already has to cleanse before the fight even really begins. They find Yike, and he is just isolated. Down he goes. The equalizer doesn't hit anyone, and now Top Esports gonna send it right into that back lane. It is an absolute decimation as they clean them up in the mid lane, and Top Esports, they might have just booked themselves a ticket to the finals.
369 only rolling 9 so far in this game. This cannon looking absolutely monstrous, and now Top Esports, like you said, 10,000 gold in the lead, 26 minutes in. G2 have to rely on Caps to try and do something to keep this game going.
Oh, and he's just being dove on as well. The Maokai, you can't get away from that as there is no follow-up. It doesn't matter. The rest of the team is just hitting the turrets. They don't care about the LeBlanc. You see Mickey X once again desperate to try to peel off of the Nexus, but it's not going to happen. Mickey X will go down, and Top Esports, now they're just playing with their food. This has not been a close 2-0, but it is a 2-0. Top Esports will move on to the finals of the Esports World Cup.
They get the revenge for the win at G.
These were some of the best highlights from the 2024 Esports World Cup semifinals. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.